Still Revised by Lauryn Alicia.
Lauryn Alicia Nesbitt is a writer, spoken word poet, and teaching artist. They grew up in Washington, D.C., and attended Duke Ellington School of the Arts. Their poem, Still Revised, reclaims the Black body as a source of power and resilience.
Still Revised by Lauryn Alicia. Even after all of this, I wear this black, carry the bodies I grieve, say their names, wear their likeness. Somehow, all black bodies look the same face down, and still, Mike Brown's body haunts me most often. How long it laid in the sun. How long before they covered it with a too small sheet or dragged his body to the back of an unmarked car. How the cameras never stopped rolling. How many times they zoomed in on his mother. How we only know to be performative when we see a red light or spotlight or sun rays. Who's to say they will recognize me and know the tales of all my grandeur? See all the women I was before I saw the God in me and loved her long enough to like her. Know that I've kissed petal back into flower and bloomed 1,000 times over on the chest of the man that has made space in his galaxies for me. That for me, the moment was Genesis. That's 6 years before Trayvon Martin. The first time I saw a noose on CNN. Tight-stitched cream rope almost camouflaged from the tree trunk, hanging in the air with the ghost of my gullah granddaddy's daddy, brother. That's when I knew. That's when 6 black boys got convicted for fighting under that same tree for that same noose. I'm sure they felt the knot in their throat too. All the names I've screamed since them. All the boys I've thought I loved that looked just like them. How one day I hope to step out of my rage long enough to write about the women that get lost in the algorithm. Some of the same women that have come and breathed fire down my throat. The ones that have stayed and watched me heal and pick my scabs. How right now I'm going to speak my piece about Toyin. How dirty y'all did her. How tired I am of being the butt of this unfunny joke. I thought I was ready, but I'm still too mad because you guys are not really ready to atone. I didn't know how preyed upon I was as a child until I got grown. How I am still being preyed upon by those same people. How that could have been me all the times it could have been me. Because without warrant, a swarm of doubt will take me out of my breath. And every time these bones mangle up everything I drop, the me we can agree may not make it out of the smoldering, but how it's always a trick, how all of me always makes it through, how repetition has saved my life, the clicking of tongues, snapping of fingers, same voice in my head for hours over and over, how my body has saved me, how I don't always say thank you. How all the times it was a trick. How I get up every time. How I get up every time. Every time. Every time. Being an artist in the greater DC metropolitan area means being a reflection of the city and the culture I love so much. And always being an artist to me means being a reflection of telling the times and reflecting back to the world what's happening always. What brought me to the DC area was birth. I am a native Washingtonian. I stay because I love the melting pot that is the area. There is a pocket for all types of different people, not even just like as an artist, but if you're a foodie, if you like museums, if you like different cultures, we have such a melting pot of that, that I feel like I've traveled to a lot of different places and we just don't have that everywhere. So it always brings me back home. My favorite thing about being an artist, I guess really to use my creativity. That's really something that I didn't lose as a kid. And so like being able to be refreshing most times in adult environments, to be the person that is energized, to be the person that is thinking outside of the box, kind of always, I like being in that kind of space. So I'm always proud to bring my creativity. This piece is a revised version of an original piece that I wrote in undergraduate school as a young person. And as an adult, I felt that I didn't necessarily have different things to say because some of the same things were still happening, even from when I was a youth. And so as an adult, I just kind of gave it a different landscape and gave it fresh eyes, and unfortunately still echoed and mirrored a lot of the same things that I said a couple years ago as a youth. Yeah. What is it like to create during a pandemic? Selfishly peaceful. I think I have really enjoyed the calm that has come from this, and has really allowed me to center myself and think about what it is that I want to say. I don't think COVID necessarily has influenced my work yet because I'm definitely still going through it. So my later work maybe, but it's definitely taught me to appreciate creative space, time to really hone in and be one with your creative intuition, and just be more grateful overall. It's been such a crazy energy in the world, and as an empath, as someone who has a higher collective consciousness, I feel a lot of it, and so it has also just been about trying to separate myself but be present at the same time. Thank you so much for the consideration and opportunity.